Well, another month, another content creator exposed. It seems like now you were just scratching off bingo tickets at this point. Like every other month, every month, a new content creator is pulled into the light, and it turns out they're a kid diddler. And the age-old question persists. Why are they like this? Why are content creators so weird? At first, it started with Minecraft creators are going to be PDFs. Now it's just content creators in general. And I think there's some pretty obvious reasons, at least when you look into it. So I've got no script. I'm just going to one-take this. Let's start first with the atmosphere that content creators live in. In traditional media, or like movies, Hollywood, things like that, a lot of like really shady stuff happens, but there are a lot of laws and practices that protect individuals. Like, we hear about this all the time. Like, actors get involved with individuals, they cross a lot of boundaries, they end up going to court, they have to settle, or some sort of legal action is taken. You really can't just do whatever you want, even if you're famous. Now, you get away with a lot more. Like Leo, good God, he's damn near spawn camping cradles, but he can't just do whatever he wants. There is still the threat of legal action. Modern content creators, however, on like Twitch and YouTube, exist in this sort of legal gray area where the platform itself may have rules that say, hey, you cannot interact or do XYZ. But then those creators just direct their victims off platform to a different messaging site, and that sort of protects them from the legal liability that they would otherwise face in traditional media. Reason number 2 is just the general atmosphere or mentality you need to become a successful content creator. Years ago, someone had asked the Twitch streamer Mizkif what it takes to be a successful creator, and he said in some way you have to be mentally ill. Now that was just sort of brushed off as another one of his schizophrenic ramblings, but that is very true. In a lot of ways, to be at the top of your game, to be the best content creator possible, you have to be okay with doing whatever it takes. And when modern content creation takes these forms that it has, where your brand is not a standalone company, but instead an extension of your personal livelihood, your personal image, I say you have to do whatever it takes to get to the top, in a lot of ways that means you have to be okay with the inherent manipulation and psychopathic tendencies that will come with competing with thousands of people a day for one singular spot. Not everyone can be in the top 1% of creators, though millions of people try. So you have to be okay with just destroying people. The manipulation, the narcissistic, psychopathic tendencies. You have to be okay being a terrible person. And in a lot of ways, what happens when these people really start to make it big is that they're continuously doing the worst possible thing. They have very, very low, empathy. They have very low tolerance for people's emotions. They're just going to do whatever the hell it takes to build their brand. And what happens as an extension of that is that their fans cheer them on. They reward them. They say, you're awesome. We love you. So you have that positive reinforcement from doing terrible, psychopathic, narcissistic things. And it sort of enforces in your mind that I am right. I am good. And when that all comes to a head with people who believe in every circumstance they are right, and it is okay that they manipulate people, it is okay that they hurt and use people, and you surround them with thousands of adoring fans who will do whatever they say, it's not shocking that you see so many of these content creators taking advantage of their young audience, especially teenagers or even adolescents who are not old enough and do not have the nuance to even know that they're being manipulated. It's very obvious in all of these. Just look at Dr. Disrespect, Chris Ava Tyson, Cody Ko, all of these people. They've all been in previous controversies or situations where they did something terrible. Doc cheated on his wife, was hooking up with all kinds of women. He didn't care about who he was hurting. He just did whatever he thought was going to make him feel right. Same with Chris, as we now know, interacting with all these terrible communities, not giving a damn who they hurt or anything about that. Right? They just do whatever they felt was best. And as their channels, as their brand continued to succeed, it only reinforced in their mind that they were right. This is okay. I don't need to care. People are going to love me no matter what. You know? It's obvious to anyone watching. You can tell who the content creator, like you can tell. Before anyone even gets exposed, you kind of have that inkling in the back of your mind if you're actually paying attention, like this is not a good person. I have a feeling something behind the scenes is going on. It's all there. And the worst part is sort of what I was building on earlier. A lot of content creation now, your channel, your brand, is tied to your personal likeness. Your brand is you. So when these content creators behind the scenes are doing these horrific things and their friends find out, in a lot of ways, their friends are hesitant to call them out or to take action against them because the only way it can be solved, the only conclusion of that confrontation is that their friend is completely destroyed. Their name, their life, everything is over. Do they deserve it? In some ways, I think they do. I think they do deserve to have everything stripped from them because they are stripping everything from other individuals without a care. But I can see why it takes this much outcry for change to happen.